The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Velcron's chitinous mandibles clicked in what could only be described as disgust. The insectoid diplomat's compound eyes fixed on the two human representatives with barely concealed contempt. "You bring predators onto station," Velcron hissed, his translation device crackling with static. "Not for security, not for research, but for companionship." Danny Chen straightened in her seat, her fingers drumming against the polished table. The young xenobiologist had expected resistance, but not outright hostility. Beside her, Jasper Reed remained calm, though she could see the tension in his jaw. "With respect, Ambassador," Danny began, "dogs have been humanity's companions for over 30,000 years. Their family—" A ripple of what might have been laughter or revulsion passed through the assembled aliens. The Velthari delegation chittered among themselves. The gelatinous quorum wobbled disapprovingly in their containment suits. "Family," Velcron repeated, his voice dripping with disdain. "You share your homes with creatures evolved to hunt, to kill. What manner of deathworld madness produces such a species?" Jasper leaned forward, his voice steady. "The same madness that brought us to the stars, Ambassador. Humans don't just survive, we bond. We adapt. We turn the dangerous into the devoted." The quorum representative's voice bubbled through their translator. "We have reviewed your historical records. These dogs, descended from apex predators, wolves, creatures that would tear apart our smaller species without hesitation, would have," Danny corrected, "thousands of generations ago. Now they're therapy animals, rescue workers, companions for the lonely and guides for the blind." "Foolishness," Velcron spat. "You domesticate death itself and call it progress. The Council should never have approved human colonization of the frontier sector. Your recklessness will doom us all." The chamber erupted in a cacophony of agreement. Even the usually neutral Shi'ari delegates seemed swayed by Velcron's rhetoric. Danny felt her heart sink. 6 months of preparation, hundreds of hours of documentation, all crumbling because the Council couldn't understand the bond between human and dog. The petition to allow emotional support animals on integrated stations was dying before her eyes. Then Jasper's hand shot up. "A demonstration," he said, his voice cutting through the noise. "Let us show you what humanity's madness truly means." Velcron's mandibles spread wide. "You wish to bring one of these beasts here, into the council chamber?" "Not just any dog," Jasper said, pulling out his communicator. "My emotional support hunter. Her name is Luna." The chamber fell deathly silent. Even Danny turned to stare at Jasper, her eyes wide. She'd known he had a service dog, but he'd never mentioned the breed. "You're insane," Velcron breathed. "Guards, prepare to—" "She's already cleared security," Jasper interrupted, pressing a button on his comm. "She's been waiting in the antechamber. 3 guards have been petting her for the last hour." A door hissed open at the far end of the chamber. What entered made several delegates shrink back in their seats. Luna was a German shepherd, dark sable coat gleaming under the chamber's lights. 90 pounds of pure muscle and ancient predator lineage. Her amber eyes scanned the room with an intelligence that seemed almost unsettling. She moved with the fluid grace of a wolf, each step controlled and purposeful. The Velthari security guards scattered. A quorum representative let out a sound like escaping steam. But Luna's attention never wavered. She crossed the entire length of the chamber, past trembling diplomats and shocked observers, and went straight to Jasper. The moment she reached him, the change was instantaneous. The wolf became a puppy. Her tail wagged, her ears folded back in joy, and she pressed her head against Jasper's hand with a gentleness that seemed impossible for a creature of her size. Jasper's hand trembled as he stroked her head. For the first time since the hearing began, his composure cracked. "I was a combat pilot," he said quietly, scratching behind Luna's ears. 3 tours in the hegemony wars. When I came back, I couldn't sleep, couldn't be in crowds, couldn't feel safe. He looked up at the council, and Danny saw the raw emotion in his eyes. The doctors tried everything. Medication, therapy, neural adjustments. Nothing worked. Then they gave me Luna. The dog leaned into him, her presence a steady anchor. "She knows when the nightmares are coming before I do," Jasper continued. "She wakes me up, grounds me. When the crowds feel like they're crushing me, she clears a path and stays between me and the world. She doesn't judge my scars or my fears. She just loves me, unconditionally, because that's what her kind learned to do." He stood, and Luna stood with him, pressed against his leg. "Yes, her ancestors were predators," Jasper said, his voice stronger now. "They could kill, they did kill, but my ancestors tamed them, not through cruelty or chains, but through partnership, through trust. We gave them food and shelter. They gave us loyalty and love. Over thousands of years, we shaped each other. They made us better at cooperation, empathy, and responsibility. We made them into the most faithful friends any species has ever known. Danny watched as something shifted in the chamber. The Shi'ari delegate leaned forward, curiosity replacing fear. Even Velcron's mandibles had stilled. This is humanity's gift, Danny added, finding her voice. We don't just fear the predator, we understand it, respect it, and love it. We see the potential for partnership where others see only danger. That's how we survived our death world. That's how we'll thrive among the stars. Luna yawned, completely unconcerned with the galaxy-altering politics surrounding her. She simply existed in perfect contentment beside the human who needed her. Velcron was quiet for a long moment. Then his mandibles clicked softer this time, thoughtful rather than contemptuous. Perhaps, he said slowly, we have underestimated the complexity of human bonding. This ... demonstration warrants further consideration. It wasn't approval. Not yet. But as Danny watched Luna rest her head on Jasper's knee, she knew they'd won something more important. Understanding the galaxy was learning what humanity had known for millennia, that the fiercest predators could become the gentlest guardians. If only you had the courage to offer them your heart.